Why are you stressing out the pregnant woman? She says, I want it this way, and you say yes.
Right?
Welcome back to Josh and Kristie Stealing the Internet. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kristie. We've picked out some great Reddit stories for you today, so let's get right to the first one.
Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my niece's dream quinceanera, even though I promised to help with it 2 years ago?
I mean, if you promised, you should pay some, I would think, towards it. I feel like pulling back on your promise to help out is a little bit of an asshole thing to do, unless you are financially, completely unable to help anymore because your financial situation changed. I mean, there may be extenuating circumstances, but I feel like it's kind of a little bit of an asshole thing.
I'm a 36-year-old woman, and I make a decent income. I've always tried to be generous with my family. A couple of years ago, my brother, who is 38, mentioned that his daughter, my niece, Jules, was really looking forward to her quinceanera when she turned 15. He was having a tough time financially, so I casually said something like, when the time comes, I'd love to pitch in or help however I can. Fast forward to this year, and Jules is about to turn 15. I get hit with a full wedding-style event proposal. My brother and sister-in-law sent me a PDF presentation, a literal deck, outlining a $23,000 budget.
Ooh, that's more than our wedding. I mean, I know quinceañeras are a big deal, but oh my goodness. Okay, how much of this do they want her to pay for?
What was our wedding budget?
My dad gave us $10,000, and then we had to pay anything extra, and I think we kept it under 15, I think.
I think so.
But this was in
this 2016. Was pre-pandemic, yeah.
This was 2016, so prices were cheaper.
It's probably doubled since then, right?
Our wedding was low budget compared to a lot of people.
Yeah. We're talking venue, catering, DJ, designer dress, fireworks, and even a horse-drawn carriage.
Fireworks and a carriage? Good lord.
All the girls I know that had a quinceañera, it was like in the park with a barbecue.
Yeah, you're in the country, though.
Yeah.
You grew up in the country, so I feel like things are maybe not quite as upscale.
That's true.
For your area. But yeah, quinceañeras are a big deal. They get the big poofy ball gown and stuff. I expect it to be a few $1,000s, but not 23.
Are you saying in the city you don't have a hog roast for them?
No.
That was the good quinceañeras.
Yeehaw!
Hey, I like a hog roast. I was stunned. I told them I couldn't contribute that much, and they said, don't worry, we just need $15K from you. I thought they were joking.
She never specified how much. I would assume I would like to chip in towards it as being, less than $1,000. This is not your child. Why? And it's, okay, 23, and they want her to pay 15. Why is she paying the majority? This isn't her kid.
I'm not sure how I would have interpreted it, but, not over half.
No.
And a reasonable half at that.
Yeah. Chip in is 10% or less, right? Not pay for the majority of it. I don't know.
Yeah. When I said that was out of the question, my brother got defensive and said I promised to help, and now I was backing out. I offered $2,000, which I thought was still generous, and said I could help with logistics or do-it-yourself decorations.
Yeah, she did not promise $15,000. She never promised a specified amount. The fact that they misinterpreted that is on them. And, hey, chipping in could have been $100. You know, they're very lucky she's willing to pay $2,000.
She technically only offered to pitch in or help however I can, which might not even be monetary.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, pitch in could be, I'll help set up decorations.
Uh-huh. I'll go pick up the balloons.
Yep.
I'll slaughter the hog.
No.
City girl. Now I'm the stingy aunt who crushed Jules' dreams. Even my mom called me and said I should have expected this, since I make more than all of us combined.
That is not fair. Just because you make more doesn't mean you need to pay for your family's kids and all your family stuff. That's not your responsibility.
I feel like they took advantage of my casual offer from 2 years ago. I never said I would pay for the whole party or bankroll a mini wedding. Am I the asshole for saying no?
Not the asshole. Your brother and his family are extremely entitled, and moochers. Hate a moocher. $15,000 for someone who is not your kid for a party for them is outrageous.
That's crazy, right?
That is insane.
That's more than I would expect you to donate to her college fund.
Yeah. Yeah, that's outrageous. I feel like there's so much better things that this money could be spent on.
Right? You could put that away and she would have a down payment on a house.
Yes.
Maybe. A quarter of a down payment on a house by the time she's ready.
The way the market is going, yeah. But
it's a lot.
Yeah, I just can't get over that, like, 2 years ago you casually mentioned you would like to, pitch in and help. You never specified an amount. You never said you'd pay for the whole thing. That is outrageous. I cannot believe that anybody would try and get that much money out of their siblings.
I love that they had, like, a whole PDF presentation for her. Like, either they hired a planner or one of them is, like, a designer or something, right?
Yeah. One of them does this for a living, so they just threw a deck together.
Top comment. It's $2K or nothing. That's the final offer. I don't know how to read. Yeah. She can get realistic expectations or be pissy. You could make 10 times more than everyone combined. That doesn't give them the right to reach into your pocket.
Yes.
And OP replied to that, I'm not refusing to help. I'm refusing to be taken for granted. My 2K offer was generous, thoughtful, and honest. If that makes me the villain, maybe they were never really grateful in the first place.
I don't love any of my nieces or nephews enough to, foot a $15,000 bill for them.
Not for a quinceanera, at least.
No. I mean, we just don't have the money to throw $15,000 around. I don't even like my own kids that much if we had kids.
Yeah, it's a lot to be asking for something that's like a one-day party.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to get rid of her office because she doesn't need it?
If she's just like using it to store a bunch of boxes and you need the space, maybe you're not an asshole, but also, I don't know, it's not that big a deal if she has an office. I guess I need more info.
My 33 male girlfriend, Katya, 31 female, and I have been together for about a year. We don't live together yet, but I've tried to have that conversation as I really want us to live together. Unfortunately, I recently quit my job and cannot afford to rent my current flat. Katya lives in a nice neighborhood and owns her flat. It's a 2-bedroom flat, except she converted 1 bedroom into her office space. Except that she doesn't need it. Katya is a writer. She writes romance novels and self-publishes them. She's one of the lucky ones that actually make quite a lot of money doing that.
Okay, maybe he's gonna get to it in a second, but why would a writer not need their office space?
The thing is, she doesn't need an office. She can write from anywhere. Her living room, her bedroom. She sometimes writes in a library, coffee shop, the castle ruins. If the weather is nice, the beach. You get the point.
But I want to live near ruins. Why don't we get to live near castle ruins?
Right? As I'm not currently employed, I've thought about finally chasing my dream and starting streaming games. For that, I need a separate room to put my setup and record things. When I first talked to Katya about moving in, she was apprehensive, but the more we talked, the more open she was to the idea. Last night, I mentioned that she'd have to get rid of her office. She asked why, and I told her that she can write wherever she wants, and I need the space to start my streaming career.
You selfish bastard.
She replied that it was not going to happen. We can make some space in the living room, but she needs her office. I told her it's just silly books. She can write them anywhere, and I can't bring my gaming setup to a cafe.
This is insane. I hate this.
She told me not to diminish her work, and I said I wasn't, but it's true. Her job isn't that difficult, and she can do it from the couch.
It sounds like this not difficult job that she can do anywhere is going to be your only source of income for, like, however long it takes you to become profitable as a streamer, which might be a couple years if you really tried.
Or never.
Or never. If you're approaching it like a business, which I'm not sure you are, you could maybe do it in a year or two if you're good. I don't know. It's either way, though. Why are you trying to take over her office?
She's the one bringing in the money currently.
Yeah.
She's the one who gets the office, in my opinion.
You get a corner of the living room, and just point the camera so it faces a corner, and you can decorate that corner. That seems generous to me, honestly.
She got really weird after. This morning, when I was about to leave her house, she told me that I had to look for my own flat because she didn't want to move in together. I asked her if she was serious. And she said that yes, I was disrespectful and demanding she got rid of her own office was asshole behavior. I told her I only wanted us to work together and it's asshole behavior to leave me without a place to stay when she knows I can't afford my flat.
You're not even It sounds like you're not even that far into the relationship. How long have they been dating?
1 year.
1 year? And he wants to become completely financially dependent on her?
Yeah. If she could just pay all the bills.
All the bills.
With her stupid, easy job.
And let me play video games.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I'm not saying you can't make streaming into a career. I'm saying if you don't have it as a career yet, I don't know.
I think there are a lot of guys that try to make streaming their career and fail at it.
Yeah.
So I feel like the chances of him actually making this legit are not good.
And I feel like your girlfriend of 1 year, expecting her to take on that kind of responsibility of making streaming your full-time career, that's insane. You're trying to move in, take over her office, and then be like, I'm not going to get a job on top of that? It's not even like a dream that you share with her. This is crazy. This is making me really mad.
She told me she had to think about this and will call me later, but I told her when she calls me, I expect an apology.
Oh my god, how are you this entitled?
I was venting to my mate over lunch beer today, and he agreed with me, but his girlfriend said Katia was right and I was the asshole. My mate told her she didn't know what she was talking about. I still think Katia was the asshole, but I wonder, perhaps I was one too? I need that place to live, and if I was the asshole, I might need to pretend to apologize. Am I the asshole?
What do you mean you might need to pretend to apologize? That's crazy.
He needs a place to live.
Uh-huh.
For free, because he can't afford it, because he doesn't want to get a job. He's going to play video games all day, and someday that will pay him money. But not right now. So he needs a free place to live.
I'm so mad about that last sentence where, like, if I turn out to be the asshole, I might have to pretend to apologize. That's insanity. Oh my god. I can't even get out a coherent sentence. I'm just so mad at this person. Yeah, you're a complete asshole. Nothing that you said in that entire post makes you not the asshole. She's making good money writing, and part of her writing is likely having that nice, comfortable space of an office where she can write at her own pace. She's lucky enough that she can grab her laptop and go write in a coffee shop or in the castle ruins or the beach or whatever. But I don't know, she probably gets most of her stuff done in that office.
I feel like he is completely dismissive of her career.
Right?
She's one of the lucky ones that actually makes money at this. Like, he thinks it's all luck and not her hard work, and like that she's actually good at writing and puts time and effort into writing good stories.
Like, bitch, you aren't one of the lucky ones that can make streaming your career yet.
Yeah. And like, they're just silly books. He has no respect for her career.
No. It's insane to me that you would be that dismissive of the only income source between the two of you.
You're the asshole. The entitlement is crazy here. I told her when she calls me I expect an apology. I expect her to break up with you, which is the only reasonable response to you demanding a free living and working space that she provides and pays for, while also devaluing the silly books that pay the bills.
Yeah, that's the crazy... You weren't even nice about it.
Whereas his non-existent career playing video games in front of 6th graders, which hasn't launched only because of the unfortunate loss of his job as a result of him quitting it and the lack of an outlet for his computer because he's made himself homeless, is extremely weighty business. We're talking Secretary of the UN type stuff here. This guy takes the cake. All the other assholes on the sub need to send this guy a fruit basket because he is making them look, not so bad.
I love that.
You could threaten to torture my family and I still would not write a post that makes me look this dense and trifling.
I feel like you could have asked for, like, a corner of the office.
Right, you don't need that much space to stream video games.
No, you don't. I know it depends on how he's going to stream it, I guess, is he going to be loud?
Yes, he will be disrupting her workspace.
Yeah, in which case, anywhere in the apartment might be a bad space for you to be streaming.
Yeah.
If you're, like, one of those shouting streamers.
Mm-hmm.
For starters, these days you don't just stream them, you cut videos and you, like, make shorts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's no discoverability in streaming anymore. It's all about you take it over to YouTube or you do Twitch, like, video highlights. Most of your workflow is going to be editing video. You play video games for, like, 4 hours, and then you spend 20 hours cutting video. That's just how it works. The 20 hours is quiet. You can do that with headphones on. You maybe need to do a little voiceover work.
Yeah, maybe he plays video games while she is out at the cafe writing.
Yeah.
The beach or the castle.
There's times where you could share the room, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The fact that you think you need a dedicated room makes me think that you're just not... You're putting the cart before the horse.
Yes. Another comment I like. You say girlfriend when I think you actually mean sugar mama, but she just isn't aware of that. You created your own financial struggles by quitting your job without a backup plan or savings and are expecting Katia to give you free room and board while you pursue your dream. And if that wasn't bad enough, you're also demanding, not asking, she give up her office and insulting her job. That is the reason you think you can freeload off of her. Of course, you're the asshole. Everyone in the comments is just ripping him to shreds, rightly so.
Right. He didn't even, say, I'll take over all the housework.
No.
No, there's no...
I bet he still expects her to do all the housework.
There's no give. There's only take.
Yes. He's an entitled man.
Apparently.
Entitled man baby.
I have to say, posts like this make me feel so much better as a human.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not so bad after all.
Yeah.
I am a decent human being, especially compared to this asshole.
I sure do love my wife.
So happy I got a good husband and not this asshole.
Am I the asshole for telling my mom she was an unwanted guest?
If she came uninvited, then no, but, that's your mom. That might be a little mean. But if she wasn't invited, then why did she come?
My wife has had a stressful time at work and was looking forward to a vacation at her grandparents' cabin. She brought a few books she wanted to read, and I brought my fishing rod. She had no plans to entertain. My dad stopped by to go fishing. It was supposed to be just my dad stopping by for the day, but somehow my mom inserted herself, and I was shocked to see her. My wife had no plans to entertain her. I told my mom that. My mom bought stuff for lunch and dinner and tried to engage my wife into making dinner for us all, and my wife said no. She's relaxing and reading. If my mom wanted to cook, that's my mom's prerogative.
You can't just show up on someone's vacation and be like, hey, cook dinner for all of us. Whose cabin is this? I'm sorry.
It's wife's grandparents.
Okay, so it's not even their family's cabin. They're stopping at their daughter-in-law's family cabin and intruding.
Husband invited his father to come fishing.
Yeah.
And mom tagged along. Which I will say, if I invited my dad to go fishing, my mom would tag along.
Yeah, that's true. Your parents do everything together.
They are. They're attached.
Which isn't a bad thing. It's just, we know that if you invite one, you're getting both.
Yes.
So.
My dad and I get back late, and at the table, my mom started to complain how she did this all herself. I looked at my wife, who just took her plate and ate in her room. My mom started to complain to me about it, and I told my mom she technically wasn't invited, and my wife had no expectations to entertain her in my wife's cabin while my wife is on vacation. My mom started saying, well, she wouldn't have came if she knew that. I told my mom next time, take a hint. If you aren't invited, don't come.
Or at least call and ask ahead of time.
My parents left after dinner. My mom complained that my wife should have tried to be a gracious hostess, and I said maybe my mom should try not being an unwanted guest.
I'm going not the asshole. It's kind of audacious to show up at someone's vacation and intrude on it and then ask them to do work and cook dinner for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is not okay. You can't just show up at someone's house and demand dinner.
Yeah, I think mom was like, well, we'll have girls' time and cook dinner for the boys while they're out fishing or something.
And daughter-in-law's like, no, I'm on vacation, I'm relaxing, I'm reading.
Yep. They can grill those fish when they get back.
Yep. We can order takeout. I'm not cooking, though. I'm not cooking on vacation.
It's fair. Reddit says he's an asshole.
Really?
Yeah. Second comment. Mate, you're the asshole. Your first paragraph tells you you're the asshole. Your wife has had a stressful time at work. The trip to the cabin is an escape for her. No finger lifting, no hosting, so what do? You invite your dad. Knowing from past experience, your mom will likely jump in because, as you say, she does this all the time. And then you leave the two of them to it because you and your dad are gone fishing. Bet you two had a great time. And then you come back to find your wife has been made to feel uncomfortable and restricted in her own family's place. Again, knowing that your mom invites herself and behaves this way all the time, drama ensues. How restful for your wife. You blame your mom for all this, get a few digs in, dude, wipe the dirt and denial off that mirror, That's you staring back at yourself. You're to blame.
Okay, I was doing this purely from the point of view of is he the asshole for saying that to his mother, not is he the asshole to his wife.
Yeah.
Yes, they make a very good point. I would be really mad if, like, you didn't control your family and be like, no, Mom, she's relaxing. You can't, come fishing with us or go home, and make me spend the whole day, with the unwanted guest. Yeah, that would make me mad. You're right. Okay, I agree with Reddit now that they've pointed that out. Yeah, you control your own family.
Yeah, that's sort of the deal of a marriage, is like, I'll handle my parents, you handle your parents whenever it needs done. Everyone sucks here. Once your mom showed up, you needed to make it clear to her that your wife wasn't there to entertain her. By leaving your wife to deal with your mom, you added to the awkwardness of the situation. Your mom is a bigger asshole for just showing up uninvited because your dad was there. But irrespective of that, you should have done more to preserve your wife's peace before leaving with your dad. And then OP replied to that. My wife said nope and went to her room and read all day. My mom was like, WTF, because she pulls this shit with my sisters and they will bend over to all my mom's wishes and demands. Which is when you're supposed to step in and control the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, mom's kind of an asshole for just turning up. Sounds like you should have expected this.
Yeah, he should have expected it, taken steps to prevent it, and if it still did happen, taken steps to, sort it out so that his wife didn't have to hang out with his mom all day and feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, take mom fishing or...
Send her home.
Send her, or hang out there and control, and give your mom company. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bet you could fit such a good gamer setup in that cabin. Your wife doesn't need that room.
Am I the asshole for threatening to ban my mother from my wedding and meeting her grandchild if she doesn't cut off my ex-girlfriend?
Ooh. I'm going to say not the asshole, because family needs to stop hanging out with your ex. That's weird.
Yeah. I, 28 male, am marrying my current fiance, Maddie, 24 female, this November, and we're expecting our first son in February. Prior to my current partner, I dated my ex-girlfriend, Adriana, 29 female, for 5 years. Things did not end well with my last relationship. She was upset that I was taking too long to marry her and upset that I wanted to make a career change when it turned out I hated my career that I was starting in human resources.
Yeah, that's fair. Nobody likes human resources.
Nope. 2.5 years ago, she broke up with me despite me telling her that I was close to getting ready to propose to her. I just wanted to finish my school for my new career in healthcare and then I would be ready. It tore me up for a long time, especially since over the time we were together, she got very close to my family, particularly my mom. That meant I couldn't even get away from her at some family events.
Oh no, she's still coming up to the family events?
Because she's so close with the mom.
Oh, that's horrible. She broke up with your son. That bitch is dead to you.
2 years ago, I met Maddie at a work function, and we hit it off immediately. We moved in within 6 months of knowing each other. I had proposed by a year since I had achieved the career track I wanted, and a couple of months ago, we found out she was pregnant. I couldn't be happier with how things have turned out for me recently.
I bet your ex is so mad about how fast you're going.
But he just wanted to finish school first, and she wouldn't let him.
Right.
Now he's finished school and he's going, full steam ahead.
He's ready now, yeah, he's clearly ready now.
Adriana, learning about how fast things went with Maddie, went ballistic.
Yeah.
She called me and said that I was a piece of shit who used her and led her on and said many vile things to me. She started saying awful things about me to any mutuals who would listen, and even started leaving negative reviews at the hospital I work at, naming me by name.
So Adriana never moved on from you, huh?
Nope. Sounds like no, and she is now very bitter and mean.
Hard to move on when you keep hanging out with your ex's family.
She started saying awful things about me to any mutuals who would listen, and even started leaving negative reviews at the hospital I work at, naming me by name. Those eventually got taken down, but it was incredibly embarrassing.
A little bit, right?
I spoke with a lawyer to see what my options were, but he said I didn't have many options for relief. Last week, after having dealt with this for a while, I ran into her at my mom's birthday party. At that party, she happened to accidentally spill a drink on my fiancé. And during a speech about my mother, she sniped at me saying, I love this wonderful woman, and I'm glad that she gave birth to 3 wonderful children, while glaring at me. My mom has 4 kids.
Yeah, I figured that out.
When she was leaving, she also accidentally dinged my car with her driver's side door.
Oh my god, Mom. Mom, why are you keep hanging out with her?
Right? She sounds like a very toxic person.
Maddie is gonna marry your son and give you a grandbaby. Move on to Maddie already.
Yeah. After she left, I sat down with my mother and said that my ex was making my life harder for no reason, listed the things I mentioned above, and asked her to not invite her to events anymore. She pushed back, saying Adriana was a decent friend to her and she likes Adriana's mother a lot, so it would be difficult for her to cut her off. I said that I understand that, but I am asking her, as her son, to support me when somebody is mistreating me. She said we talk about it further. Yesterday, I found out that Adriana was coming to my youngest brother's track tournament.
Why?
I get that you're, friends with Adriana, but why does she need to come to all the family events? Just you two, Mother and Adriana, hang out one-on-one if you really want to see Adriana. Don't bring her around your son, who she's obviously still hung up on and very bitter towards.
Right? I don't think youngest brother even wants Adriana at the track tournament.
No, Mother wants her there so she has someone to talk to while she's watching the very boring track tournament.
Yeah, right?
I called my mom and asked her to uninvite Adriana. She said she couldn't. I said, let me make this more clear for you then. If you are saying yes to her, you are saying no to me. If you decide to support her in this, you can consider yourself uninvited to my wedding and not part of the family I am building. You can also say goodbye to meeting your first grandchild. She called me mean and cold. I said, I am about this.
He sounds like you needed to put your foot down. It's insane. I didn't realize it was her first grandchild.
Mm-hmm.
What is mom doing? Not pampering Maddie.
Right? I was like, this woman is bearing your first grandchild. The first grandchild gets all the attention and love, right?
Right.
And she's just like...
Nah, you should have knocked up Adriana instead.
Yeah. The fallout from this has been more than I was expecting. Adriana went nuts when my mom cut her off, and I got a bunch of mutuals saying I was a massive ass for destroying the relationship between my mom and Adriana. My mom is pretty upset with me, but I know she'll eventually come around. My fiancé is happy that I'm standing up for her and us. My question is, did I go too far? Am I the asshole for threatening to cut off my mom if she didn't cut off Adriana?
That was perfect. I can't complain about anything you did. You didn't throw a hissy fit. You just argued and...
Put your foot down.
Put your foot down, right? This is one of those times where you need to give an ultimatum, and I'm happy. I didn't expect mom to give in, honestly.
Yes, I think that Adriana needs to be cut off completely, but at the very least, she needs to stop being invited to events where the son is going to be there.
Yeah.
Why does Adriana need to come to family events? She is not family. If she's your friend, go see her on your own time.
Yeah, go get coffee with her once a week or something.
But even that is still weird. I still think you should just cut her off completely. She dumped your son.
It's weird. If you loved her for your son that much, maybe you should have tried to convince her not to dump him.
Or convince him to propose earlier to appease her.
Yeah, I think that's in the past. And it's time to cut her off.
It's too late now. He already knocked up his new girlfriend. There's no going back with Adriana. And now she's also batshit crazy.
He's super happy with Maddie. Yeah. Maddie sounds awesome.
Not batshit crazy like Adriana. So yeah, stick with Maddie, who's going to have your baby and is nice and normal.
I feel like mom needs to cut Adriana off for Adriana's own health. Adriana needs to move on.
Yeah, she's still stuck on this family and her ex-boyfriend.
It's been years.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Yeah, she needs to go and build a life away from this person that she hates. I don't want to hang out with a reminder of my ex.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah.
Okay, top comment. NTA, and it wouldn't surprise me if 1, Adriana thought she still had a chance of getting back with you, and 2, your mother was feeding her information and encouraging it.
Ah, yeah, I didn't think about that. Your mom could be passing information.
Hoping that he gets back with Adriana because she likes Adriana better than Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Maddie's having your grandchild.
Well, she made her call. The grandkid clinched it, I guess.
I feel bad for your wife having to put up with so much disrespect from Adriana and your mother. I cannot imagine going to my partner's family events and having to deal with his ex being there all the time, crapping all over your new relationship. Your wife has some class, unlike Adriana and your mother. In my opinion, Adriana is only continuing to be friends with the mother in order to keep tabs on OP, and to cause as much trouble as possible.
Yeah, you don't need that drama in your life.
Yeah. Hopefully, since the mom now cut Adriana off, with no extra details from the mother, the psycho ex will start getting bored. Now that the mom's cut her off, hopefully she's able to move on and get over this family and her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, she's had no chance to move on. You need that, period where you just don't have to think about them.
NTA, who your mom chills with is her biz, but when it starts messing with your life, lines gotta be drawn. Adriana sounds like she's running the Psycho X playbook page by page. Mom's gotta choose.
Am I the asshole for embarrassing my coworker by outing her as the one who keeps stealing my tea?
I'm going not the asshole. If someone's stealing your stuff at work, embarrass the hell out of them. So make them stop. I hate stealers. Hate people who steal my work food.
So I, 28 female, work in a pretty chill office. We've got a shared kitchen area with a take one, leave one vibe for snacks and drinks. People leave extra granola bars, packets of oatmeal, all that. Cool. But the unspoken rule is, if it's labeled, leave it alone. Anyway, I'm kind of a tea snob, and I bring my own imported stuff from this place my grandma used to order from in the UK. I keep a little box of it in the kitchen cabinet with a big label on it that says, "My name's tea, please do not take." Smiley face.
Very nice.
Except, someone's been taking it.
Of course they have.
Not just 1 or 2 bags, half the box disappeared in a week. So I did what any mildly unhinged office girly would do. I slipped a few decoy bags into the box and soaked the tags in fish sauce overnight. Dried them, resealed the wrappers, waited.
Ugh.
2 days later, one of my coworkers, we'll call her Tina, 31 female, comes storming out of the kitchen gagging and asking if someone tampered with the tea. I stayed quiet until she said, "I don't know who buys that weird brand, but it tastes like a literal fish tank." And I said, "Oh, that's mine. The one with my name on it?" She went pale, dead silent, and then mumbled something about not seeing the label. Now she's pissed, telling everyone I set her up, and that it was a malicious prank, when all I did was booby-trap my own tea. HR hasn't said anything yet, but some people think I crossed a line. I didn't put anything dangerous in it. I just made it gross. And honestly, if you're gonna steal tea from a labeled box, you deserve the fishy consequences. So, am I the asshole for basically tricking her into exposing herself?
NTA. You're nicer than a lot of people would be. A lot of people would put like laxatives and stuff in there, which technically we have found out like is illegal. You're not allowed to like
booby trap to that extent.
Booby trap to that extent. This one, it just tasted yucky. No, like, not dosing them with medicine or anything, so that should be legal, you know. No medicine or any poisons involved.
You could drink that and you'd be fine.
Yeah. It just, blech.
I can't think of anything better than fish sauce to soak the tea bags in.
I mean, unless you go with, like, hot, spicy Tabasco.
Yeah, or, like, put some red pepper flakes in the tea bag.
Uh-huh.
No, fish sauce seems like a really good choice. I don't know.
Yeah, disgusting, but not harmful. Yeah. I like it.
Top comment. Not the asshole. I hate entitled people who steal food. I solved this problem by never using shared areas because if you can contaminate your own food, other people can cough, touch, or steal your food. Too many years working with gross people, I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta leave it in communal areas like the fridge.
People get pissy if you get a mini fridge. That's a throwback from episode...
I don't know.
13. Not the asshole. That's hilarious and safe for allergies, not dangerous. If she was concerned about allergies, she wouldn't be stealing tea anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to hope people who are allergic to things aren't just eating random things.
But you hear about how they are.
Yeah, right?
And then they accidentally ate some peanuts and had an allergic reaction because they didn't know there's peanut sauce on that dish.
Right.
That they stole.
Not the asshole. That's how I like my tea. Fishy. It's an acquired taste. If you asked me, I would have mentioned it.
Am I the asshole? My sister-in-law kept bringing up the statistics of men leaving their sick wives, and this is how I responded. That's the title.
Sorry, that title ended on like a cliffhanger. I didn't know I was supposed to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like sister-in-law's being rude. I can't really blame you for anything you say to her.
I, female, have been struggling with a medical condition, without revealing too much info, for over 2 months. My husband, male, is my primary caregiver. He wakes up at 5 a.m., cleans up, prepares breakfast, then lunch for later, then he goes to work, then after he gets off work, he immediately comes home, cooks dinner, gets more stuff done around the house, and repeat.
Irritable bowel syndrome, I assume.
Okay, yep, that's keeping her bed bound.
Yep.
Toilet bound, maybe. No.
I'm sorry, I'm being mean to the lady who's got a bed-bound disease. Because you got the poops.
He does most of the work around and outside the house, plus he is the breadwinner. My sister-in-law, brother's wife, kept talking about how men leave their wives when they get sick. She'd comment things like, "Have you noticed any changes in his behavior?" Or, "When was the last time you searched his phone?" Basically implying that my husband is one of those men, even though she knows and she saw how much effort he makes to help out and support me. She'd even bring up statistics. She did it once in front of my husband, to which he responded with silence, but she kept staring at him as if she was waiting for him to react.
You can react, a little guy.
Yeah.
Just be like, no, I'm not going to leave her.
I told her that this made me and my husband uncomfortable and that she needed to stop. Days ago, my husband was working late and couldn't prepare dinner. I can't cook for medical reasons. My brother and sister-in-law were visiting, so I ordered takeout. Sister-in-law kept making passive comments implying that my husband was probably starting to get tired of taking care of me. I couldn't take it anymore, especially after she brought up the statistics again. I snapped and told her that since she was at it, then she should check the statistics of men who leave their wives for not being able to get pregnant.
Oh, goddamn.
She went pale and my brother blew up at me asking what was wrong with me. She began crying and then went outside. My brother started a huge argument saying I was a monster for saying such a terrible thing to someone who cannot have children. He even had my husband leave work and come home. I couldn't argue much because I felt nauseous. They left eventually and got the rest of the family involved. My brother, sister-in-law, and her mother are wanting an apology. My mom and my husband said I shouldn't have escalated the situation. I understand that infertility is hard on her, but I feel like she was being deliberately hurtful to me. So, now I want to know if I am at fault here.
I think you both kind of suck. I know she pushed you over the edge by, just hammering that quote into you.
Mm-hmm.
You went for the throat.
I don't know. I feel like sister-in-law was doing low blows, and she just went back with an equally low blow.
I'm not saying that she didn't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta accept that you fought assholism with assholism.
I think the sister-in-law deserved assholism. So I'm going, when someone is an asshole to you, the threshold for you being an asshole is much lower.
Yeah.
Higher. Which way does that go? You're less of an asshole if you're being an asshole to someone who is an asshole to you first.
Right.
And that's how I feel this is.
You know what? Who's the asshole here? Brother. Get your wife under control.
Yeah, shut your wife down and tell her, dude, stop picking on my sister.
Yeah, she's
sick. She doesn't need to be dealing with you nagging her and telling her that her husband's gonna leave her.
Yeah, she's got the poops. Stop nagging her.
It's probably not the poops.
It might be.
She can't cook.
You can't cook when you got poop on your hands. I wouldn't eat her food. I guess you're not the asshole, right?
Some comments make some good points.
Okay, yeah, let me give me some comments. Give me some extra perspectives from smarter people.
She deserved it. Tell mom, yeah, I was deliberately hurtful to her based on her physical condition. Just like she has been deliberately hurtful to me based on my physical condition is. The real question is, why are you okay with her doing that to me all these times and only worry about it when I did it to her once? Why did you jump to her aid the one time I did it while you never once jumped to my aid all those times she did it to me? Why didn't my feelings ever cross your mind?
That's an excellent point, but I can tell you why. It's because you took it quietly. You didn't throw a big hissy fit and say she's such a bitch, and the second you did it back to her, she threw the big hissy fit, said you're such a bitch.
And stormed out and had a tantrum.
And told everyone about it. Yeah, you needed to throw a tantrum, it sounds like. You were entitled to throw a tantrum.
Ask your brother where his outrage at all of his wife's comments were. Infertile people can at least adopt, foster, etc. Sick people can't miraculously become healthy again at the drop of a hat.
No, the poop just keeps coming out.
Stop it! Your sister-in-law just earned her stupid prize for playing a stupid game.
This is gonna be our least watched video.
'Cause you won't stop talking about poop! You didn't escalate the situation, you matched it. Maybe next time she will think twice about spouting her ignorant comments.
I know you definitely went straight for the throat, but I guess you're right. It was justified.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you should have been raising more of a stink earlier is all. I feel like you didn't stand up for yourself until you reached that breaking point. And brother should be standing up for you.
Feel like you should have been standing up for yourself earlier without bringing your sister-in-law's infertility into it. But she's been badgering you for months.
Yeah, she dragged you right down to her own level.
Yeah, I feel like at this point she kind of had it coming.
She definitely did, yes. So yeah, I'm changing my everybody sucks here to not the asshole. And invest in good toilet paper.
I'm done with this. Okay, moving on. Next story.
Will I be the asshole if I don't remind my wife it's my birthday?
Not the asshole. That's an important thing your wife should remember on her own. If she forgets and then later you get to make her feel bad for forgetting, yeah, that is well deserved. Shouldn't ever have to remind anyone that it's your birthday.
Yeah, even if they can't get June and July
Shut
straight.
up. I know it's one of those. I just don't know which one. June and July are confusing, and I don't know which one's which and which one comes first and which one's 6 and which one's 7 and which one Josh's birthday is in.
You at least know it's the first one.
Yes.
You never miss it.
I just don't know if the first one is June or July. I know your birthday is in 6. I just don't know which one that is. It's in the 6th month, though.
Did I pick this story just so I could call you out for not knowing the months of the year? Maybe.
Okay, I finally got Tuesday and Thursday straight. You know? I just need another decade to get June and July figured out, okay?
It took me until, I think, late high school to remember November when I listed the months.
August does not exist in my brain. It goes from July straight to September. When I'm planning out the schedule for the summer,
Yeah.
July straight to September, no August. I'm always so confused when August shows up, and I'm like, where did this month come from?
I have so much time now.
Yeah.
I've been married for 6 years, and I love my wife dearly. However, there's been a disconnect between us. I feel like I'm more invested on our relationship than she is. I'm always the first to apologize when we argue, always the one to press issues so we can talk, and the one who typically bends so we can find balance. Today is my birthday, and so far, it's like she has no idea. We went through the normal motions this morning. Talked about our day, and she asked if we can grab takeout tonight from her favorite place, so she's clearly forgot.
That's a little hurtful. Just another day.
I'm not someone who makes a big deal about things like birthdays, but also I guess I'd like to have it acknowledged. I'd like that reassurance that I matter to people. I mean, I feel kind of invisible in my own life sometimes, and I just want to know people care. I guess I'd like to know if I'm a priority to her, to see if she would even acknowledge my birthday if I don't prompt her. I mean, I took her out for hers, got her gifts she loved, etc. I'm just curious if I would even hear the 2 words if I didn't say anything. Will I be the asshole if I continue to go through today without telling her?
Not the asshole. I wouldn't tell her until tomorrow and be like, you missed it, too late, bitch. But does she have a history of missing important events and stuff like this? I don't think you're still not the asshole, but I just wonder if this is out of character for her or if this is something she regularly does.
Well, top comment asked the same question.
Okay.
Not the asshole. May seem weird, but I suggest not saying anything to see if she really forgot. Has this happened before or anything similar?
Yeah.
And then OP replied, no, not really. She has a history of hating her own birthday and tries to avoid it, so I kind of have to dance around that to show that I care. Maybe she downplays mine because she hates her own, I don't know.
You at least want a happy birthday, though, even if they don't, at least acknowledge that it is your birthday. It's the very least they could do.
And then somebody replied to that, not liking her own birthday isn't an excuse. I don't like celebrating my own birthday and would be totally fine if no one acknowledged it. I always celebrate my spouse's birthday and make him feel loved and special. You would not be the asshole if you didn't remind her. Tell her tomorrow and tell her exactly how invisible you have been feeling in your relationship. She sounds self-involved, so maybe it will be a bit of a wake-up call. And when OP replied to that, yeah, I think I'm just going to take this route. I don't want to tell her and have her just be reactionary. I'll tell her tomorrow and how it made me feel and try to work on us. I agree you can try the route and, not remind her through the day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you act a little grumpier the longer the day goes?
I don't think I could stop myself from acting grumpier the longer the day goes, and you didn't bring me any little birthday treats or tell me happy birthday, or you want to go get your favorite takeout. It's my dinner choice because it's my birthday. I would be grumpy.
Uh-huh.
But I would not say anything specific about my grumpiness until the next day when I could really rub it in that you forgot. You terrible, terrible person.
Yeah. Update.
Okay.
So, yesterday was my birthday, and I was under the impression that my wife had forgotten. I got all up in my head questioning a lot of things in our marriage. My wife had earlier mentioned getting fast food from one of her favorite places, and it made me think that my birthday wasn't even on her radar. Well, following the advice I received, I didn't say anything to her. I went to pick her up from work and gave her her keys. We're on one car because mine is in the shop. And everything played out as normal. However, instead of going to Crushed Red like she had mentioned, we pulled up at my favorite Mexican restaurant that we only go to on special occasions.
Aw, she didn't forget. Is it a surprise party?
I don't know if it's quite a surprise.
Okay.
Over the course of one massive burrito and some deep margaritas, we got to talking. She said it was really hard to not say anything, but she wanted to surprise me. I told her how I felt, and she was immediately apologetic. She blamed herself, and I told her she had nothing to apologize for. She was trying to surprise me, and I could have remedied everything by just communicating.
So could she have, though. Even if you're trying to surprise someone, don't make them think you completely forgot. He spent, 2/3 of his birthday super grumpy because he thought his wife forgot his birthday.
Yeah.
And no, she was just trying to surprise him. You just find a way to surprise him a different way without making him think you totally forgot.
She leaned into it a little too hard, huh? Didn't even be like, happy birthday!
Mm-hmm.
We'll, do something.
Yeah.
We talked about our relationship a bit and had a good night. She asked me what I'd like to do, and I just wanted a simple night, so we went home and watched a movie together. All in all, it was a good night, and a lot of my fears were misguided. I felt like I owed you guys an update after so many of you reached out yesterday. Hope you all have a good day.
Okay, I hope the wife didn't legitimately forget until, dinner time and was I was just trying to surprise you and trying to cover up her own forgetfulness. But that is not the way to go about surprising someone on their birthday. You never want to make them feel unloved for, the majority of their day, so you at least need to acknowledge their birthday in the morning, even if the event you're trying to plan for them is a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I guess take them at their word, though. They just leaned too heavy into the surprise and fucked up a little.
Yeah, that's why I had a surprise birthday party when I was a kid, but my parents didn't want me to, feel like I'm not getting a birthday party because it's a surprise and I don't know about it. So they told me I was getting a birthday party, the week after. And a surprise, it's this weekend! And stuff. So that was kind of fun. But they didn't want me to be like, they're not throwing me a party this year.
Yeah, right?
They just didn't plan one for me. It was a surprise when it was. I still knew I was loved and getting a party, though.
Yeah, there's nothing quite as hurtful as people not wanting to hang out with you on your birthday.
Yeah.
Top comment on the update. Bro went from she forgot my birthday to we're bonding over burritos and watching movies. Emotional roller coaster, but 10 of 10 ending.
Yeah, that was a pretty good ending.
Yes.
It would have been better if it was a big surprise party. But I guess some one-on-one time is nice too. I feel like just a regular dinner at even a special restaurant, just the two of you, is not worthy of hiding the surprise that much.
Yeah, right?
She went too hard into the surprise and the surprise wasn't as cool as it could have been. It should have been a big party.
I'm still happy it had a sweet ending. A lot of these don't have sweet endings, so I figured we'll end on a nice note, although you still have a story coming to ruin everything. See, you feel that sweet, loving taste in your mouth right now?
I'm about to ruin it!
Yeah, Kristie's about to dump a bunch of fish sauce in your tea.
Am I the asshole for refusing to wake up my husband when my parents visited and kicking them out when they insisted?
I'm gonna say not the asshole. You know your husband's sleep routine better than anyone else. It seems like it should be your decision.
Husband and I have been married for 5 years now, and we are both 29 years old. The last 3 weeks, due to a complete screw-up in a department in the company my husband works for, it has been all hands on deck for my husband and his team to resolve the issues.
Sounds like your husband's tired.
My husband has been working 18 hours a day, and some days not even coming home, working throughout the entire night and into the next day. I sure hope husband isn't salaried and that he's getting overtime for this.
I mean, I think even if you're salaried to that extent, you're legally required to get overtime.
Mm-hmm. And depending on what kind of job he has, working 24 hours, that sounds dangerous. Get your sleep, dude.
Crunch happens sometimes, though. I get that it happens, right?
I don't know much about the issues exactly, but what I do know is that they do not resolve the issues. It will be a $50 million loss for the company. The issues are not the result of my husband or anyone on his team, but they are the ones that have to fix the issues.
I mean, that sucks, but that happens.
Yeah.
I hope your husband's getting paid enough to compensate for this. Like a nice overtime or a bonus or something, or he just makes enough that he can justify putting in this much work.
I can see the exhaustion in my husband's face when he comes in at 2 to 3 in the morning when I'm awake and leaves at 7 again. I don't know how he is doing it and just keeps going, but I try my best to keep as much as possible off of his plate at home until he could get the issues resolved. Before this, he has been nothing but supportive and helpful around the house.
I mean, that's great that you're, supporting each other in this time, right?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I don't know if I would bother coming home.
Right?
I would just sleep under my desk.
Yeah, sleep on the couch at work.
Yeah.
Grab a few hours. When he comes home, he eats, showers, and goes straight to bed. I have found him some nights literally sleeping at the table while he was busy eating when I went down to check on him because he wasn't in bed yet. And I got woken up or him passed out at the front of the bed with the shower running and him still in his work clothes. He is just fallen asleep sitting up.
He's working hard.
Yeah, at that point, don't drive home. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, at that point, I was like, I get maybe wanting to come home and I can get 5 hours of sleep in my own bed.
And a shower.
It's worth the drive, but if you're falling asleep before you even get in the shower, sleep at your desk.
2 nights back, he got home at around midnight, which is late, but it was earlier than when he's been getting home recently. I thought something bad happened because he looked like a ghost, but through his exhaustion, he gave me a massive smile and said, "They did it and everything is done." He told me the boss gave them each a couple days off and he only needs to be back in the office next week, Tuesday. He ate dinner, took a shower, and got into bed.
Good job.
I got up the next morning around 9 and made breakfast. I thought about waking up my husband, but didn't and let him sleep. Around 12, my parents visited me. I normally work from home and they do visit from time to time, seeing as I'm 6 months pregnant as well. I greeted them and we sat down and had coffee. Around 30 minutes into their visit, they asked where my husband was, and because they saw his truck in the driveway. I told them he was still sleeping. My mother gave me a look and said it's unacceptable for my husband to still be sleeping past 12, especially with a pregnant wife, and I should wake him up.
Okay.
So he's been sleeping for 12 hours, maybe less. He got home at midnight. It's now noon the next day. But he's been running on 0 sleep for 3 weeks.
Yeah, let him rest. Why does he even need to get out of bed?
And he's got a couple days off.
Yeah. If pregnant wife needs help, she can call her parents. They apparently have free time.
I told them no and to leave it, and then explained the full situation of what happened the last 3 weeks to them. They didn't budge and insisted I wake my husband up. Apparently, it's not right for him to sleep in with a pregnant wife. It went as far as my mother standing up and saying if I wouldn't do it, then she will go and wake him up. I stood up and blocked my mother from going up the stairs and told my parents if they find it so wrong for my husband to get proper sleep after 3 weeks of barely any sleep, they should just leave our house because I will not, and I refuse to let them wake him up as well.
Wow. Your mom is very insistent about this.
Yeah, and I'm glad that she is equally insistent of, no, let him sleep, he's exhausted.
Yeah, it's always good when they stand up to mom. Mom is hard to stand up to.
I told them, I will let my husband sleep until he wakes up himself. I will not disturb him, and I will not allow anyone else to disturb him. They asked if I am kicking them out, and I said yes. If they can't respect my request to leave my husband alone and let him sleep, they are no longer welcome. Their whole visit lasted around an hour.
I mean, that's still a decent visit.
Yeah.
If you're just turning up midday while she works from home.
I think if she's like, I'm going to kick you out if you don't drop this, you just drop it, go sit back down and finish your coffee.
Uh-huh.
Right? You don't need to leave, you just need to drop it.
I feel like you shouldn't have let it get to the point where she had to threaten to kick you out.
Yeah.
You should be like, should we wake him up? And she says no, and you say okay.
Yeah, it's her husband. Let her handle it. Just because she's pregnant, you don't need to stomp all over her boundaries.
Yeah, she seems to be perfectly functional at this point still. She's only 6 months in. I know that's kind of far in, but it's also only 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm. Around 3 p.m., I got bombarded with texts from other family members berating me for kicking my parents out of our house, even my sister and brother berating me for doing it, telling me I'm an asshole for kicking them out for just trying to help. Even after explaining the situation, some family members are still on my parents' side, saying I overreacted by kicking them out because they were only looking out for my safety, seeing as I'm pregnant. I think they were overreacting by getting ready to charge up the stairs and pounce on your husband and make him wake up.
Why are you stressing out the pregnant woman? She says, I want it this way, and you say yes.
Right? But no, they know better what their pregnant daughter needs, and she needs her husband to be awake and doing all the chores for her.
And she needs 2 parents in the house screaming at her husband. That'll keep the baby nice and healthy.
Oh yeah, super calm, relaxing, stress-free.
Uh-huh.
Top comment, someone give this lady a trophy for being an awesome spouse. NTA.
Yeah, she had to throw her pregnant ass in front of her mom.
Yeah, throw her pregnant body to block the stairs and be like, get the fuck out of my house, Mom. Don't go waking up my husband. The audacity.
And then her parents go and complain to everyone in the family, and everyone in the family is sending her angry text messages. This poor pregnant woman.
Right?
It's bad enough when they get the whole family on their side when you're not pregnant.
Someone has a comment about that. Tell your parents if they ever involve other people the way they did this time, they will not be meeting their grandkids. They can communicate to you if they have a problem or keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
Tell them they are guests in your house, and have them being your parents does not give them the right to disrespect you because you aren't a child anymore. Gossiping about you has made you want them around less, not more. Refuse to discuss it with others. They weren't involved and their opinion isn't welcome. Be firm now, less problems later. I think that's great advice.
That's excellent advice. You definitely need to. This escalated to the point where you're going to need to set ground rules.
I can't believe someone would insert themselves into your married personal life so much as to tell you what your spouse can and cannot do in your own home.
Yeah. And it's when he's just sleeping in.
I don't know. Sleeping in doesn't seem like a big deal. Maybe if he was doing it constantly all the time and not working and bringing home any money or helping with any chores. But it sounds like normally he's bringing home money.
Yeah.
He's equally supportive with the housework and stuff. And this was just extenuating circumstances where he's now exhausted. Let him sleep.
Seems like he's a good husband.
Hey, baby. Mwah. Mwah. He don't like us.
Yeah. We're like 1 minute from the end of the video and you start playing with a cat.
I need him.
He doesn't like that.
I want to smooch him. Oh, didn't let me smooch your face.
No. He's gonna just...
There we go. Okay, now you're free.
He's gonna leave. That was awful.
Goodbye.
Why did he get up there?
OP even says it's not like the pregnancy is keeping me from not being able to do anything. Everything is going great with the pregnancy.
Yeah, at 6 months, unless something's going wrong, you're still pretty mobile, right?
Yeah.
Like, she seems fine.
My sisters didn't start showing until 5 months. Like, before that, you couldn't even tell they were pregnant.
Right. So like, what does he need to do?
I know it's different for everyone, but it's probably she's still pretty mobile.
It sounds like she's...
showing, but not...
Yeah.
Incapacitated.
It sounds like she's very mobile. It sounds like she managed to feed herself. Like, what does husband need to do? Moral of the story, don't stress out pregnant people.
Do you think they would have been, like, wake him up even if, like, he was a person who, like, worked nights? It's unacceptable to be asleep at noon.
Right.
No matter what your schedule is, because the proper schedule is working 9 to 5 and being awake.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like instead of the parents being like, oh, your husband's asleep, we should fill in a little around the house. They're like, no, husband's got to get up and be responsible for this daughter of ours.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to help.
That's a good point.
No, get up and make her breakfast at noon.
I don't know, what was so urgent that he needed to wake up and do it immediately? Anyways.
Just, he needs to be hovering.
Be awake and present in case she has the slightest whim or desire that he should be catering to, because she is pregnant and carrying his baby.
Mm-hmm. And you can't ask the parents.
No.
No.
All right, that was our last story for today. Thank you for joining us for Josh and Kristie Stealing the Internet.
Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.